Today we're going to be talking about finding slope in different, using a graph, using points, or using a table. So if you can remember, to find slope, it's also called the rate of change. And in the rate of change, when we work with the graph, we use rise over run. And if you look at my graph right here, this shows where the graph is running from one point to the next, where you have your rise over your run. So your rise and your run, your rise you're going to go up or down, and on your run it's either going to can go either left or right. Another way to find slope is when given points, and you can plug into a formula where you take your y2 minus your y1 over your x2 minus your x1. Another way you can find slope is by the rate of change, where you have the change in y over your change in x. And if you look at my slope-intercept, the y slope-intercept formula here, you will notice that your m is the slope, so the m will always be plugged right here. The m is always with x. Okay, so there's different types of slope. So if I have a slope that rises from the left to the right, it's going to look like this. So we call this a positive slope. If it decreases from left to right, so from left to right, if it decreases, it's going to look like this. We call this a negative slope. A horizontal line looks like this, and we call this zero slope. A vertical line looks like that, and we call this an undefined slope. Undefined slope. So those are different ways to notice or to find or to see how your slope is, and the equations and the equation that you will be using in order to put your slope in. So here's a video that will help you to remember what the slope looks like.
Welcome to the Adventures of Slope Dude. Meet Slope Dude. He loves to ski. We are going to follow him, and he'll teach us some important aspects of slope. This is the course he's skiing today. What he says will teach us about slope. Always remember that Slope Dude always skis toward the right or eastward. When he starts out, he's going uphill. It's hard work. He says puff, puff, positive as he goes up the mountainside. Puff, puff, positive, puff, puff, positive. Now he's at the top. It was puff, puff, positive all the way up the mountain, but now he can look forward to the downhill. On the way down the mountain, he says nice, negative. Nice, negative, nice, negative. And now, after the downhill, he's in for the hardest part of the ski route, the long, flat part. He says, this is zero fun. This is zero fun. This is zero fun. As he finishes the flat part, he doesn't see well ahead, and all of a sudden he comes to the edge of a cliff. It's straight down. He finds a slope that is straight down, and so frightened is he that he says the worst curse word possible in math and in algebra. Undefined. This has been the adventure of Slope Dude. Remember always what he said during his ski trip. Up the hill or up the slope, he said puff, puff, positive. On his downhill run, he said nice, negative. On the long flat part of the course, he said, "This is zero fun." And finally, when he went over the vertical cliff and straight down, he yelled the worst curse word of math and algebra: "Undefined!" The uphill is a slope with a positive number, the downhill is a slope with a negative number, the flat part is a slope of 0, and the straight up and down or vertical part is undefined. This has been The Adventures of Slope Dude. Special thanks to Kim Yui for inventing Slope Dude. Thank you.